man's heart is full of hate. He butters, cries, and a dark shadow falls over this troll. From the ashes of a once great fandom has risen a meme, an LOL that must be liked. We look to the airwaves for a vindicator, someone to strike fear in the dark basement of the parents who created him. The battle between fan and Smark has begun. With a head on his shoulders stands the Smark fan, a speaker of truths, with a voice of silence, and a radio show of justice. This is Ring Rust.
So, since Night of Champions is this coming Sunday on the WWE Network, I figured I'd talk about Night of Champions, of course. So, Night of Champions is from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Is that Planet Houston? No, Planet Earth. Oh, I see. I don't think that actually happened. But I don't think the person really fared well that said Planet Earth. Anyway, so I prefer Planet Houston, but oh well, what do I know? They have 8 matches listed here, 1 pre-show match and 7 other pay-per-view matches. So we'll just go in whatever order I figure it's going to likely go in. So with the pre-show match, it sees, now I enjoy naming teams, so they haven't been named officially as a 6-man team, but I mean the other 6-man team has. So it's a 6-man tag match. The team that's already been named is Cosmic Wasteland, which is Stardust and the Ascension, Connor and Victor. But the team that hasn't been named is a team of Neville and the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto and Sin Cara, and I am calling them the Gravity Bandits. They're like the Time Bandits from the 80s, since I already just made an 80s reference. Well, early 80s. Time Bandits was kind of early to mid, 83, 84, somewhere around there. It's all the I'm going to say it, all the midgets, the Hollywood midgets, on some great big kind of ship, and they travel through time somehow, and there's a kid, and at the end of it, his parents touch this meteor rock, and they disappear, and then we don't know where it goes from there. So, radio shrug. But, like, because Neville's the man that gravity forgot, and Lucha Dragons, like, enter on that trampoline thing, so they like flying. So, oh, maybe Sky Bandits. Maybe I should call them, okay, I'm changing it. On the air, SKY, Sky Bandits. Fine. Are you happy now? I don't call them Gravity Bandits anymore. Are you happy? Why am I arguing with myself? I don't know. Anyway, so, I do see, because, well, it's pre-show, it's not really gonna so much affect anyone's career, I don't think, to lose. Might positively affect people who are going to win. Like, 5 of the 6 people are actually from NXT. So, and then there's also Stardust. He's moderately accomplished. I don't want to say jobber. What's the other word? Enhancement talent. That's the one I was just thinking of. Literally 5 seconds before I opened my mouth, and then I forgot it. He's quite I don't really want to call him a jobber. That's why I didn't want to say jobber, because I don't really want to call him a jobber, because he's not really. Technically, you know, he's a solid worker. He's a good he's there to do his job, which I guess some would say, well, that's the definition of a jobber. Well, you go to your work to do your job, so you're there to do a job. So you're a jobber to your boss. So, shall I continue then? So, from there, yeah, I see the Sky Bandits. I see them winning. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. Doesn't matter too overly much who ends up winning. I can really realistically see either team winning. Like, I can see Stardust sneaking in after, like, one of the Ascension members knocks out, we'll say, Sin Cara. You know, like, Connor knocks out Sin Cara and he's not the legal man, and then Stardust sneaks in and rolls him up, and, you know, just as a moderately random example, which, of course, I foresee happening now because I've said it. And I can see someone at WWE saying, what did he say? We got to change it. We got to rebook it. That one guy on the internet said it. So we can't do it.
And I quote,
check out the TMZ of professional wrestling news. And I quote on Facebook. All the latest news with some attitude, new and classic wrestling videos, and so much more.
Can I have your attention, please? I just received an email from the Raw general manager.
Well, I mean, there's no rocket ship. Ho, 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 ho. This is Fanboy Mark Cerrone. You are listening to the Ring Rust. Not just a Ring Rust. It's the Ring Rust. So, it's like Team Rhodes Scholars. Or... Anyway. Throwback Friday. So, onward and upward with the WWE Night of Champions from this coming Sunday on the WWE Network. The first official match they have, what I'm going to do is take it from the Wikipedia page. Actually, that's an idea, too. I have it typed up on, actually, the CHMR's Ring Rust Facebook page, so how about I just take it from there instead? Because I actually have the teams named. I didn't name them, though, because I didn't actually... Yeah, okay, so I didn't name their team, so... Anyway, because I just made up the Sky Bandits thing today, so... Of course, it's not in there because I posted this on the 16th. So, and the tag title match is what's listed there next on the Wikipedia page. So it's a New Day, Kofi Kingston, and or Big E Langston, and or Xavier Woods, because apparently it's up in the air as to who's going to be the two people of the three. Will be taking on the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon. Now I'm pretty sure everybody's predicting that the Dudley Boys, well, everyone who's not butthurt, is predicting the Dudley Boys will win because, oh man, they need another WWE tag team title thing so they can be more celebrated, I guess. But, this is their first time challenging for the titles. You can count on probably two hands in the entire history of professional wrestling the people who won a title the first time they wrestled for that title. So... especially if it's their first time wrestling the champions. I think it's their first time. I think it's the Dudley Boys' first time wrestling the New Day, I think. Certainly in a regular tag match. So, but, eventually, yes. In maybe the next pay-per-view even. I mean, if they build it up nicely on Raw and SmackDown between Night of Champions and whatever the next pay-per-view is, then great. Then you can give them the titles because they would have been feuding for it. And it's not just, hey, guess what? We have these new guys here who are old guys who are a tag team, and you know who they are, and we want to give them the titles because you know who they are, and stuff. So I'm going to predict that the New Day are going to manage to defend, especially if some shenanigans like, well, we decide halfway through the match that it's actually the two of them instead of the two of us. Oh, no, I'm not in this match, it's the two of them. Ha ha. Oh, wait, yes, I am. Ha-ha! Oh, wait, no, I'm not. Ha-ha! So, because that's what heels do. They make you not, they cheat. So, although I don't think New Day really cheats all that much, they just do really annoying things. Which is another tactic for the snidely whiplashes of the wrestling world. So, I'm looking forward to the match one way or the other, and I'm not going to be overly bothered if the team that I didn't predict will win wins. I'm not really going to be all that upset if the Dudley Boys win and take the titles, or if they win by disqualification or something like that and they don't win the titles yet, and it gives them a reason for a rematch, which is another realistic possibility. Quite the realistic possibility, actually. I kind of sort of think that might actually be how it'll end up being, but the New Day will still retain their titles one way or the other, I think. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerberology TV. Back to the Night of Champions preview for this coming Sunday on the WWE Network for how much Maggle? How much is it, Maggle? Yes, it's $9.99. They actually have they really? I think have they cut back on plugging the network a little bit anyway. I don't think they've been, at least certainly not being so blatant about it. But anyway, not complaining certainly. So next up we have Dolph Ziggler taking on Alexander Rusev. When I'm on the WWE payroll, I will call him just Rusev. Just like Neville, I will call him Neville instead of Adrian Neville when I'm on the WWE payroll. Hey, what's that? Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, okay, I'm on the payroll. So I guess he's just Rusev. Anyway, I put that on mute. Sorry, Vince, I gotta put you on mute. Anyway, so yeah, Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. Apparently there's a story going around that they're gonna be ending this feud pretty soon, much like a women's hardcore match from WWF Attitude Era. Smash, smash, smash. Well, I guess we're done. Or Sting versus Bret Hart from WCW Nitro. Oh, I'm gonna run you over with this rig thing, and it's like, no, I'm just gonna go to my locker room. It would be hilarious if they actually stopped the feud right in the middle of the match. They wrestle, and it's like, I don't care anymore, and then just head backstage. I just don't care anymore. This isn't working. I'm throwing up the X on this match because it's injured, or I don't know. So, again, I wouldn't be too terribly bothered if one man or over the other won. I just kind of foresee Rusev is probably going to come out on top of this one. So instead of his well-known theme song, I'm going to play a theme song that I found for when he started in NXT, I guess. I don't know if it was still FCW at the time, and Lana wasn't as severe looking. She had, her hair, I shouldn't say. Her hair wasn't as severe looking. She herself, I don't think, was really all that severe. Well, yeah, she cracked a smile when she got to WWE, I guess. But, other than that, she looked more severe, certainly, in NXT. And she used to have her hair down loose. Looks better up in a bun, but that's just me. How many inches can we knock out that skirt? Vince, you really need to, I think you need to go back to your office. So. You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Music drops out, clap, clap, music comes back up again. Not quite as plain white tees as plain white tees, but still one of those kind of bands. Oh. So, this is Fatboy Mark Brony. You're listening to Ring Rust. So next up, we have a six-man tag match, which sees Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, who last time there was a pay-per-view, I called them Architect because they used to be the Shield, and they now no longer have an Architect because Seth Rollins was the Architect of the Shield. And it's a Combine song, a local metal band called Architect, and I just really, really, really weakly wanted to transition that and wanted to play that song, and like I'm making this happen, gosh darn it. And so I'm gonna, best of my abilities, I'm gonna make it stick. I might call the whole six-man tag thing Architect, I don't know, depending on who ends up being the to be announced. Oh, maybe it's Vacant. Maybe Vacant is is coming back from retirement after holding that last title for as long as he or she did. So, and they'll be taking on, they got the whole world in their hands. Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family, Luke Harper, and Braun Strowman. I'm still not used to the guy yet, so I keep look up his name. Oh, right. I actually called their team because, okay, here's something that's funny. Take my word for it. Write it down. You might actually laugh, and you might want to remember it. In NXT, Roman Reigns, before he became Roman Reigns, of course, was known as Leaky. I'm guessing it's a Samoan term that means something having to do with a warrior. I guess. Or bravery, or fighter, or something. So basically, for the longest time I've been making a joke about how, what would happen if I borrowed Roman Reigns' new yacht and got lost at sea for half a year. I'd be spending 6 months in a leaky boat. Sorry, I did promise that would be funny, didn't I? So anyway, I don't know if I'm going to go with that name or if I just put it there for silliness or we'll see, I guess, what happens next week. So let's speculate who's going to be their tag team partners. Is there someone currently on the roster? Is there someone who's working backstage who would maybe like to make a bit of a comeback? Or someone, who, I don't know, someone who's been talking to the Federation saying, I'd like to come back for maybe one match. Here I am, no longer living in Japan, I'm currently living in Texas. And I haven't seen my other Kai and Tai teammates in quite a long time, so maybe I can make a comeback, because this is exactly how he talks, of course. He's somehow lost his thick Japanese accent, and he just talks casually like this now. Or, instead of him, could be that guy who likes wearing green and carrying shillelaghs. You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. So this is Fab Mark Jabroni. You are listening to Ring Rust. So we have 4 matches left. We have the Intercontinental title match. Ryback will be defending against Kevin Owens. I don't think it said it was any particular kind of match, just for the title, I guess. Yeah, just a singles match. According to the Wikipedia page, anyway. And I don't have anything extra written on the CHMR's Ring Rust page. So obviously they haven't been doing anything. They're not going to be doing anything special, at least not yet. Now, the thing is, how earlier I said someone who challenges for a title the first time doesn't often win the title? I don't know. Something about Kevin Owens, I can almost see him being the exception to that rule for some reason. Maybe, or maybe he'll win by disqualification, or he'll lose by disqualification, or whatever. He'll get disqualified, or Ryback will pick up a chair and start swinging it because he can't handle how Kevin Owens just keeps coming, and, keeps coming at him from all sides, and he loses patience and starts swinging a chair, and then gets himself disqualified and keeps the title, and who knows, he may even become a Snidely Whiplash himself a little bit later, and who knows. Can't you just imagine Kevin Owens is the Dudley Do-Right of that company? Oh well, John Cena's got a long way to go until someone catches him, but I don't know. I do kind of see one way or the other. I'm pretty sure Ryback will retain his title, but I'm pretty sure Kevin Owens is going to come out possibly the moral victor of that match, because that seems to be the thing he does. He's like, I'll prove that I'm better than you, and then you can't deny that I'm better than you, and then you have to wrestle me again so I can have another chance at that belt. So that's the kind of thing he does. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Next up, we have the U.S. Championship, United States Championship. Seth Rollins will be defending against John Cena. Now, this could be a bit of a tricky thing, actually. This could be a little bit tricky. This could be Seth Rollins' way to say, I'm going to save myself for the big match, the World Heavyweight title match. And maybe I'll just throw this match or get myself disqualified or something, or, just cop out in some way instead of actually facing, going full steam ahead with John Cena and then going full steam ahead with whatever he's got left with Sting. Maybe he'll just, I imagine he's going to try his best to end this match as quickly as possible. That just seems to make the most sense for him to end this match as quickly as possible and just do what he's got to do. I can see him either just he's going to do everything. He's just going to do everything. He's going to do everything in his power to either get himself disqualified or cheat as much as humanly possible to get the win. But I think ultimately we can probably see John Cena taking the U.S. title back again. Just for the sake of, he did actually elevate that title. He did actually, as he's treating it as an important title, did the whole U.S. Open thing, where he had an open challenge for anyone to come down and challenge him for his U.S. title. And it was a good thing. Hopefully they'll go back to that if he does it again. And Seth Rollins, I don't think really needs 2 belts. He's the world champion, so he's liable to hold on to that for a little while. More on that a little bit later. For the time being, though, like I said, I'm pretty sure John Cena's going to win that title. Butthurt or not, you probably might want to get used to that idea. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbranology TV. This is Fanboy Mark Cerrone. You're listening to Ring Rust. So, we got 2 matches left for the Night of Champions pay-per-view or / event, whatever you want to call it, on the WWE Network. And it is from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Not Planet Houston, as General Zod was apt to call it. But, so we got 2 matches left with the Divas match. I'm sure it's not going to go this way exactly in this particular order. Be kind of funny if it did, I guess. But I imagine, for instance, they're going to start the show more than likely, or sometime in the first hour of the show is going to be Seth Rollins versus John Cena for the U.S. title. And then the main event's going to be Seth Rollins versus Sting for the world title. But I'll talk about that in about 6 or 7 minutes after another couple of songs. But first off, the Divas title match. Nikki Bella will be defending against Charlotte. Now, as I've been saying for the entirety of the show, when it came to people who are, there's 3 matches with people challenging for a title for the first time. There's at least 3 matches. 3 matches? Tag titles, yes. The IC title, and the Divas title, and the World title, actually, so that will fall under it as well, but I'll give you the specifics of it a little bit later. So there's 4 matches on this card, 4 matches out of 8, that are people challenging for a title for the first time. So it makes sense somebody is probably going to win their title. It's probably going to win that match. Somebody. And somebody, I suppose, just well to say Kevin Owens. Could also just as well be Charlotte. They could both win their matches. Every single person challenging for a title could win their match and win that title. I don't foresee it, personally, as a fan since 1989, and just from logically observing what I'm seeing in front of me, just and noticing patterns and stuff, I don't foresee it. Like I said, you can count on maybe 2 hands in the entire history of wrestling where someone who challenges for the title, any title, for the first time, wins that title. And it's usually because that person is making a big debut. Like Christian won the light heavyweight title when he debuted. Gail Kim won the women's title in WWE when she debuted. Santino Marella won the Intercontinental title when he debuted. So, I mean, it's not unprecedented, it's just not common. Look at it. Just look back at all the people who challenge. Look up any given belt, any given title, just pick any title, and look at the history of that title, most likely on Wikipedia. Like the World Heavyweight title, the WWE World Heavyweight title. Look up the history of that, how many people challenged for the first time and won it. Almost nobody. Well, the Big Show, when he was a Giant in WCW, he first challenged for the WCW World Heavyweight title and he won it, but, it's not, again, it's an exception to the rule. It's not, and it's not, well, you're wrong because of this. Like I said, you can probably count on 2 hands, maybe 3 if I were to actually seriously go research it, how many people challenged for the title and then won it the first time they challenged for it. It's just, it's historically, it just hasn't happened all that often. So, I do foresee Nikki Bella winning this one, but I wouldn't really be disappointed if Charlotte were to win. But, again, more than likely, Nikki Bella's going to come out on top of this one. Or get herself disqualified or something. Something's going to happen. There's going to be like a 9-way brawl between the 3, like Team Bad and Team PCB and Team Bella. Just, it just seems logical to me. But, again, there's an exception to every rule, so Charlotte could win, but I foresee Nikki coming out on top of it.
Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkGibroni, and subscribe to Gerbranology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkgibroni.
Because reasons. This is Fanboy Mark Cerrone. You are listening to Ring Rust. So one last match for Night of Champions. We'll see Seth Rollins defending the World Heavyweight title against Sting. Now the thing is, I don't think Sting is actually going after the world title. It's more of it's an added bonus, I think, if he were to win the title. It's like, he maybe might be temporarily content if he took the title away from Seth Rollins to teach him a lesson or teach him some humility or something. But I think he's mainly there just to teach him some humility, to teach him a lesson about how to be a champion, how to wrestle like a champion, because he's been a champion a number of times. And he's seen people be bad champions. He's seen Hulk Hogan as Hollywood Hogan in WCW. He's seen Ric Flair as good and bad, actually. So he's seen a good few bad champions. And he probably sees Seth Rollins as at least a bad person champion, not a bad champion, like he's a bad wrestler and he shouldn't be champ. But he's mistreating, basically, the championship. He's treating it like a stepping stone to bigger things, when in and of itself it's supposed to be the biggest thing in his life. So I think maybe that's what Sting might be going for. He might not necessarily be going to take the belt, but he'll certainly accept the belt if it means knocking Seth Rollins down a notch.
That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.
This is 93.5 CHMR-FM.